Hello and welcome to another Sonic Academy tutorial with me, Graham Ginty. In this tutorial we're going to have a look at how to work out all the triads within a particular key. So we're going to build a scale of triad chords. So we're going to open up just session file number 5 there for Triad Scales. Okay, so we've just got a basic piano instrument again, and within your MIDI clips then we've got a folder for session number 5, Triad Scales, and we've got a number of different MIDI clips here. So we're going to start with C major. And this is a good example because it's based around the white notes, so it's really easy to see how these chords are worked out. So let's just drag that up, open that up like so. There we go. So we can see the bottom note is then just our basic C major scale from C up to C there. And I'm going to show you then how to build these extra two notes, how to work out what the two notes are to slot above those notes within the scale to work out the triads for this particular key. Now this isn't just for the key of C major, this is for any major key. This formula is exactly the same. So if you, all depending on what key you start your track in, you can use this exact formula to work out what those notes are and what the chords are that are then available for you to use within that key to create a particular sound. Okay, so our first chord here then is a major chord. We've got C. Let's just turn our preview on there, sorry. We've got C, E, and G. And that creates a C major chord. So let's just play that. Turn our record on there. There we go. Next key, or the next chord up from that in this particular key, starts with the D, the next note on our scale. But this time the second chord, always in a major key, the second chord will be a minor. So you can see those basic steps again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 that we looked at in the previous tutorial. That allows us to work out that minor. So we've got the D, F, and the A to create that D minor chord. Next up, if we have a look at our list here, I've included this list within the name of the clip, so you can apply that to any key that you're working with. You've got the simple formula there for working out what that is. The third chord then is another minor, a second minor here in the scale, starting with an E, 3 steps up to the G, 4 steps up to the B. Our fourth chord then is another major, this time F major, 1, 2, 3 up to the A, 1, 2, 3 up to the C, like so. And I mean, you can see, you know, that these chords have to be what they are, because if that was a minor chord, if we move that down by a semitone, you can see that would be a G sharp in there, and that just isn't in your original scale. So this is why the C scale is a good one to demonstrate this with, because straight away you can see there's a black note there if that was a minor chord, so therefore it's not right. It should be all white notes for the key of C major. Next up then, another major chord, the G major here, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to the B, and 1, 2, 3 up to the D, like so. And our penultimate chord here then is another minor. If we go back up to our list here, another minor, A minor, 3 semitones up to the C, and 4 semitones up to the E. And our final chord then is the only diminished chord within the major scale, which is this last one. And so that's 1, 2, 3 up to the D from the root note of B, another 1, 2, 3 then up to the F to create that diminished chord. Again, you can just see there that that has to be, for it to fit into the scale of C major, that has to be a diminished chord. You have to take those two notes down to allow them to slot into white notes like so. Okay, so let's just play that scale round, and let's slow the tempo right down so you can hear each one of those chords as they play round. like so. And then we're just going back up to the octave there at the end, so exactly the same as this C major chord at the start, but an octave higher. Okay, so that's how to work out the chords that are in any major scale. Next we're going to have a look at minor chords. So we can see we've got another MIDI clip here, and let's just click on that, drag that in like so. And this is going to be slightly different because you're basing it then on the notes that are in your minor scale here instead. So we've got C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, and a back up to the octave there at the end. So let's have a look at this formula again. Again, this, if you're working out any, it's not just C minor, any minor scale at all. This is the formula that you use to work out the chords that are available within that particular key for you to play. So starting off then with the a minor chord, a C minor. So that's 1, 2, 3 steps up to the D, and then another 4 steps up to the C. So that same chord that we looked at in the previous tutorial. Our second chord, this is where our diminished chord slots in for the within the minor scale, is this second chord. So chord number 2 within the scale is always going to be a diminished chord if the scale and the key is a minor. So we've got 1, 2, 3 up to the F there from the root note of D, and then another 1, 2, 3 up to the A flat. So our third chord then in this process is a major. So we've got the E flat, and then 1, 2, 3 up to the G, and another 1, 2, 3 up to the B flat there. Fourth chord is then a minor, starting with an F up to the A flat, and then 4 notes up to the C, like so. Next chord, it's also a minor, starting with the G, 3 notes up to the B flat, 4 notes up to the D. And then our penultimate chord here then is a major, starting with the A flat, 4 notes up to the C, and 3 notes up to the E flat. And finally, our last chord here is another major right at the end, starting there with our B flat up to 4 notes, or 4 semitones up to the D, and 3 semitones up to the F, like so. And then our octave just slotting in there again at the end. So let's play that around at the same speed, and you can hear the difference. And I'll flick back here again to the major, and you can hear the difference between those two chord scales. Like so. So you can hear that major chords all quite shiny and happy. Maybe just apart from that sort of the kind of weird diminished 7th chord in there at the end. And your minor chords then sounding a wee bit more somber and a bit darker. As I've said many times previously, not just in this course but in previous ones, it is the minor that is primarily used in a lot of dance music, whether it's trance, techno, house or anything like that. The minor chord is or the minor scale and then minor chords built from that scale are going to be the primary thing within a majority of kind of electronic and dance music. And that's what gives it its edge. That's what makes it a wee bit darker, gives it a wee bit of drive on the dance floor, so it's not sounding too happy. Okay, within your MIDI clips there I have included then just another example, the D minor chord and the D major chords, but they're worked out exactly the same way. There's no point in me going through them again, but they're just there as an example, so you can have a look at those MIDI clips yourself, bring them into whatever DAW you're using, and check that out. And they're built in exactly the same way. It's exactly the same process to put those together. Okay, so that is how to put together triads based on your scales.